Hello everyone, welcome to StraightA. Dawson here, back with another video here today, and we are going to be randomly ranking all NFL 2024 tight ends. So today we'll be spinning a wheel, seeing what tight end we get, and putting them on the board randomly going into the 2024 season. A lot of tight ends I actually don't know, or I have to remind myself with, so I have plenty of tabs open up there to help remind me of some teams that have changed, or I just don't know the tight ends very well, or so I don't remember them. But before we get started, please leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment for any suggestions for any videos in the future below. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get right into the video. So we're going to get right into this. Of course, you guys should know the drill. I'm going to do 1 through 5, then 1 through 10, then 1 through 15 as my ultimate test, or something along those lines. I may change it up. I don't know. We're spinning the wheel, though, to figure out who will be the first one up. First one up is Tyler Conklin. Easy number 5 there. He's still the number 1 tight end in New York, in the New York Jets team. So easily number 5 for me. Not the worst, but like he's down there. Jake Ferguson, very underrated. I think he's a good, solid middle ground tight end. I could see him being at 2 though. I think I could see him being at 2. Do I want to go 2? There's a lot of. I think I would put like Trey McBride over him though. I think I'm putting him at 3. I think he's a solid middle ground tight end like Jake Ferguson. I think there's a lot more better, but I think there's a lot more worse. And speaking of better, Sam Laporta, gonna put him at 2. I think there's a lot more. Oh, man, but he is like one of the best. He is probably like outside of like first 5 of like George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce. He's got to be number 1 after that, man. I'm putting him at number 1. We're going to see how things land, and I'm going by vibes. You know, I got 2 and 4 left. We'll just kind of roll with it. Miami Dolphins. I do have to remind myself, I believe Miami Dolphins have Jonnu Smith. So Jonnu, I think, is an easy number 4 for me here. I think they're pretty middle ground there between Jake Ferguson and Tyler Conklin. So I need somebody that's below Sam Laporta, above Jake Ferguson, which I think is pretty easy. TJ Hawkinson, he was someone who's definitely above Sam Laporta. So this is where I should have put Sam Laporta at 2. My gut feeling was there, but unfortunately, I have Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson, Jake Ferguson, and Jonnu Smith, and then Tyler Conklin. Yeah, it's definitely this, right? I mean, TJ Hawkinson's so fucking good. He is so good. I'm not gonna say this is the craziest order in the world. I know some people probably would say Sam Laporta is better, but let's be real here. TJ Hawkinson's better. But this is my list. We're gonna stick to it. We're gonna go 1 through 10 now. So we're back, 1 through 10, here to rank the tight ends, here ready to go. Shuffle it back up a little bit so we don't, kind of change up the ordering, get all the good grooves going on here. First of all, we got Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid's a weird one. Initial thoughts are that he goes like 7, because like he's definitely like slightly below average. So he's like in that 6 to 7 range for me. I think I'm gonna put him at 7. Just because, like Gesicki, I feel like he's in that Gesicki range, right? I kind of like Gesicki a little bit more than Kincaid. It's arguable. I'm not gonna say it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at 7. I like Kincaid. He's reliable. He's fine. But like I think there's a lot of room for improvement and deprovement. Deprovement? That's probably a word. Probably, maybe. Who knows? Darren Waller. Oh, it's not Darren Waller. It is Jake Ferguson again. Jake Ferguson's kind of, again, in that range where I think he's got to be 5. He's just that middle ground, good, reliable tight end. I feel like there's a little bit of room between him and Dalton Kincaid. Is there? Is there much room? Yeah, there is. Jake Ferguson, number 5. Number 5 for Jake Ferguson. I feel pretty good about that one. Next up is Brock Bowers. Now, I am deciding to do Brock Bowers here in this video, and it's hard. It's hard to rate who I think would be better. I think I'm gonna put him slightly like in that same Jake Ferguson tier. Honestly, this isn't the worst. Honestly, I kind of like that because I think, again, Jake Ferguson and Brock Bowers are in that same tier. I think just inherently when you're a rookie with high value, I think that he's got more value than Dalton Kincaid, but I think he maybe is not slightly less value than Jake Ferguson range. But you could also put him right above. And honestly, I probably lean slightly above in terms of I'm going to put Brock Bowers in front of Jake Ferguson, because I think I'd rather have Brock Bowers and Jake Ferguson. Then again, Jake Ferguson's so good. I think he's just so reliable and so good. I think I got to put Brock Bowers right in between. I feel like I like Brock Bowers more, but I feel like it's only fair to put him right below Jake Ferguson, because I think I kind of lean Jake Ferguson being better. I'm glad I left that open, because I think I can never say his name properly, but the Titans tight end Okinawa, something like that, is like just above Jake Ferguson. I think that's a very solid number 4 on this list. I love him. He's very good, very reliable, very solid. So again, that same tier, but probably top of that tier. And we've already gotten, oh no, Darren Waller. Darren Waller stepped down quite a bit. If this was prime Darren Waller, he could be arguably in the same tier as these 3 guys. But, like, he's number 8. He's just not as good. He's got injuries. Going into the next season, I just don't see him doing very well. And this is kind of how I'm kind of looking at it, too, is how well they're going to do in the 2024 season. I think Okinawa is going to do better than Jake Ferguson, or at least relatable. I think that all 3, Brock Bowers to Okinawa, was going to do about the same. But I think it's probably in this order still. Then Dalton Kincaid, then Darren Waller. This is arguable, too. I think maybe Darren Waller slightly better than Kincaid. But, yeah, you know, I think I like Darren Waller 8. I think this list is still very much alive. And then Cade Otton. Cade Otton's kind of in the same tier as Kincaid and Darren Waller for me. I think, in fairness, I put Otton above Kincaid. No, I put him above Waller, but I wouldn't put him above Kincaid. So this is slightly off, but it's not the worst list in the world. I think that Otton was definitely underrated in this list here. It's just such a stacked list. And this is Tommy Tremble, who's number 10. Easy. Tommy Tremble is number 10 on this list too. Easily, I'm going to check just to make sure. Tommy Tremble, right there. So he's number 10 on this list. He's fine. Every tight end in the league starting is pretty much fine, except for like Will Dissly. Oh, please don't get Will Dissly. Okay. Again, this is Jonnu Smith, right? So this list does get broken, I think, because well, okay, it's not totally out of question. I think Jonnu Smith is in the top tier of above Kincaid. So it's kind of broken. So we just need banger after banger here. We kind of got like stuck with a lot of middle ground people, so we didn't know where things were gonna land. Washington Commanders, they also changed up their guy this offseason. No, they didn't. Zach Ertz. They changed up Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz, I mean, I gotta put him at 2. Obviously, I'm not gonna put him at number 1 because that'd be really bad. But like this list is now definitely broken. I'll say that 100% certainty. Then you got Texans with Schultz. Schultz is probably the best tight end on this list. I'm not gonna deny that one at all. So it goes Schultz. Then we got Ertz, Jonnu, Okinawa, Jake Ferguson, Brock Bowers, Dalton Kincaid, Waller, Otton, Tremble. 4 through 10 is not bad at all. Honestly, again, you can maybe swap these 2, maybe, but I'm not going to fully fight anybody on this fully, because I still put Kincaid above Otton, I think. But then you get Jonnu Smith, who Jonnu Smith is probably right above, or arguably in the Kincaid tier. Then you got Zach Ertz, which is kind of right above Waller for me. Like Zach Ertz has been a little bit more reliable than Waller recently, but I can see an argument for either one. And Schultz is number 1. So it's these 2 that really break the list, but that doesn't matter. It's all the warm up for this last one at number 15, 1 through 15. Wow, is this intimidating enough? Number 1 through 15 here, all color coordinated. Got all the nice little go getters, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But 1 through 15, either way, shuffle this back up a little bit, and we're gonna go right back to it. I noticed that there's a lot better tight ends than I'm giving credit for, so I just need to rank these guys higher and higher. Arguably, George Kittle has proven to me, I think he is the best tight end in the league currently. But I mean, you can never question Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews too much. I think George Kittle's still above. I think he's at least 2nd, and so I think you gotta put him at 1 here pretty easily. But it's weird. It's a weird one. I think George Kittle at number 1 though is pretty decently easy. Then you got not Schultz, but fucking man, why can't I not remember his name? Yeah, I totally blanked there. It's Goddard. I had to go look it up because I'm like, why can't I not remember his name? Otherwise, it's going to take way too long. Goddard, again, he's on the upper echelon. I mean, like, I probably put him at 3. 4? Is that what I'm thinking? Like, he's good. Goddard's good. I'm putting him at 4 because I feel like I'm going to get at least one other Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce type guy, and then like a Schultz I think is better. I think there's a couple guys you can argue are like Hawkinson, Sam Laporta. Yeah, this one's not easy, but I'm putting him at 4. I think it's a risky play, but I think it's the smartest play. I think he's about 4. Tommy Tremble, he's not the worst tight end in the league because like that probably goes to the Colts have a worse one. But I mean he's basically the worst, isn't he? Yeah, I'm gonna put him at 15. Will Dissly's the only other one that I think I would put below Tommy Tremble, like on the top of my head at least. Like looking at these other teams, Saints, I don't even know who their guy is. Who's their guy? Saints have Jawan Johnson. I'd probably put Jawan above Tommy Tremble. Yeah, I mean, like I'm just looking at this list, going with that. Tommy Tremble at 15. 49ers, George Kittle again, so we'll just go and respin. I probably should eliminate them at this point, but oh well. Patriots or Saints? Jawan Johnson, pretty much talked about it. Jawan Johnson's pretty much the next step up. Again, Will Dissly will ruin this list anyway, but I'm okay with Jawan Johnson going right at 14. I'm not too passionate about that one. We got to spin again because it landed on New Orleans Saints, but I'm feeling all right. Got a lot of middle ground here. That's the dangerous part though. Adam Troutman. Honestly, funny enough, I like him, but I understand he's number 13 on this list. Because Will Dissly's the only other guy I can think of besides these two that's like on top of my head that's definitely worse than Troutman. I like Troutman, but again, he's not proven himself. Tyler Conklin. I'd put Tyler Conklin above Adam Troutman, probably. It's arguable. That one's arguable, but otherwise, I'm looking at the other ones. I'm not too passionate about. Noah Fant, I think, is better than him. So, like, yeah, he's number 13 at this point. I've gotten kind of lucky with the ones I've gotten. Evan Ingram. Okay, this is again Jonnu Smith, right? Jonnu Smith. I have to keep on reminding myself. Jonnu Smith. This one's a really awkward one because I do think he's like a tier above some of these other guys. Where is the Miami Dolphins? Where did I put them? Right there. Number 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 10, 11, 11. I'm thinking 11. That's my initial instinct, is that I feel like it's going to be way more heavier on... Because, again, I think you can argue a couple of these guys. I'm putting him at 11. Am I putting him at 11? Yeah, I got to put him at 11. It's hard. It's not easy. This is not an easy one. That's not an easy one at all, but 11. Atlanta Falcons, Kyle Pitts, another hard one. Because, like, do you go off potential? Do you go off by his production so far? I got to give him more credit than right now. I think he's right below the reliable, above average tight ends, but he's above like the Brock Bowers, Jonnu Smith, the Kincaids. You know, he's above a lot of those guys. He's above Ferguson. He's like right above the Ferguson tier in my opinion. Because I like Kyle Pitts enough right now. I just gotta keep my hopes up for him. I think this list is so far not horrible. T.J. Hawkinson is next, and T.J. Hawkinson go at number 3, I think. Or do I put him at 2? Because Kelsey, and honestly, I think he's better than Andrews at this point. Is he? That's a good one. That's a good argument. Hawkinson versus Andrews, and for next year, Hawkinson, and obviously I'm not factoring the quarterbacks and all that. I'm factoring how well they're going to play next year, and just in terms of their ability. I'm going to go 2 for Hawkinson. He's a better blocker than Andrews, and that's where I think of this next year. I think that's where Hawkinson hasn't beat. So yeah, obviously Andrews not on this list, but in the off chance I get him, I think he's better than Laporta, because Laporta's like slightly worse than him. Giants, Darren Waller. Do I put Darren Waller above Jonnu Smith? Probably not, right? Like, that's okay. I forgot about the Ertz and Darren Waller tier with Jonnu Smith. I kind of got a little unlucky, or not unlucky, but forgot about that because Waller and Ertz probably go below Jonnu. But Johnny's just reliable. Darren Waller, when he's out there, is good, but he's not out there very often. So it makes me feel like, man, 11 for Waller would be perfect right now. And then I'd have to decide whether Johnny's better or not. I think Waller at 12 for this next year is fair. I think it's fair. It sucks to say, but it's fair. Oh, man, I have a lot of middle ground guys here. And there's a lot of mind pieces I have to avoid already. Man, I gotta start eliminating these guys. If I keep on spinning like this, I'm going to have to actually eliminate some of these guys. David Njoku or Tyler Higbee? Both are pretty good. Tyler Higbee. I'm gonna go and spin this because I think I know where I'm putting Tyler Higbee. He's probably in middle ground here actually. Because no, he's above Ferguson and all that, but he's right below Pitts. He's actually pretty good. But is he better than Njoku? I feel like I'm gonna put him at 7. I feel like there's some room there. Otten's fair. Otten's a very fair above Jonnu Smith. Again, I think you can argue this one. I put him above Darren Waller in that tier. I think is what I said. I think I'm going to stick to it. But yeah, I think Otten at 10 is very fair. I don't think this list is broken at all right now. I think Otten above Jonnu is not the worst take in the world. Noah Fant above Otten is perfect, I think. Above Otten and Jonnu Smith, I like Fant. He's just a good, reliable, middle ground tight end. Pretty dang good. Evan Ingram, this is going perfectly for me because Evan Ingram is perfectly above Higbee for me. This is perfect. Evan Ingram, you can maybe argue over Kyle Pitts, but like it's arguable. I'm not gonna like. I think they both have the potential to be up here, but like I like Kyle Pitts. I like Kyle Pitts a lot. Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce. Honestly, this is gonna be a hot take for next year. Is Travis Kelce number one tight end? I don't think so. I think Travis Kelce is maybe better than Hawkinson. I think that's fair. I think that's a very fair. I think George Kittle is the best tight end in the league currently. I think between his blocking prowess, he doesn't get injured. He's very reliable. I think he's the best dual threat guy right now, or the tight end type guy right now. Hawkinson, think at number 2. Honestly, I think I would put Hawkinson above Kelce. Is that a hot take? Maybe, but I think these are pretty interchangeable, these two. So it's not broken. So I need somebody perfectly between Higbee and Fant, which is gonna be hard. And Andrews is not between them. Oh dang! It was so close to a good list. Andrews is easily. Wow, I got the big 4 pretty much. Kelce, Kittle, Andrews, and Hawkinson. I feel like there's another one I'm missing, but oh well. You know, damn, Andrews is the only thing on this list that kind of breaks it. Otherwise, damn good list. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back on that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video because it goes. This is the ultimate list: Kittle, Hawkinson, Kelce, Goddard, Pitts, Ingram, Higbee, Andrews. Again, Andrews is number 4, probably number 3 or 4, arguable. Fant, Otton, Jonnu Smith, Darren Waller, Troutman, Jawan Johnson, and Tommy Tremble. I don't hate this list. Besides Mark Andrews, I think any of these arguments could be made. Just saying. Beside the point, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. StraightA Dawson is out of here.